Hello, I'm Jeff King, and I work here at the University of Central Oklahoma. I'm the Executive Director of our Center for Excellence in Transformative Teaching and Learning, and today I want to talk about student beliefs. They're very important for a number of reasons, and we're going to get to that, but before we do, I've got a little audience participation activity for us. And so, if you take a look at the screen behind me, what I want you to do is to shout out the ages that you think these ladies in this picture right here actually are. And let's start with Miss Black Bikini. So give me some ages. Okay, those are interesting guesses. And now, give me the ages you think that Miss Pink Bikini is. Okay. Very interesting. Now, here's your first clue. This is mother and daughter. So now I see the wheels turning. Some of you are doing some math in your head right now, correct? Okay, with that clue, let's do some revisions if you need it. So now, let's guess, how old is Miss Pink Bikini? Okay. Finally, I want you to guess one more thing, and then I'll reveal some of this. Which one is mom? Shout out, which one is mom, either black or pink? Okay, well, you started to hone in on this after we got more and more clues because, as you can see, mom is Miss Pink Bikini, and she's 70 years old. Daughter, Miss Black Bikini, is 42. Now, as you can tell, these ladies must be involved in some kind of fitness competition. I mean, you can tell by their attire, by the poses that they're in, and you'd be right, but here's the important point. This is a fitness competition that's all natural. In other words, no drugs, no plastic surgery, and what you see here, totally the result of diet and exercise. Now, here's the key thing about this crazy activity that we've been involved in. By show of hands, how many of you, when you walked into this room, had a mental picture of a 70-year-old woman looking like that? I don't see many hands, and it's a very common thing, at least certainly it is in our culture. And there's an important point that I want to make about this. But you know what? Before I do that, if I put a picture of this lady up and I ask you how old, now if you were going to start guessing, I can hear. Some of you are going to say she's got to be at least 97, right? Because of what we've been going through. No, she's actually 60. And you may not have had that picture in your head as what 60-year-old is supposed to look like. Well, you know what? I'm an equal opportunity employer, and so I'm not going to skip out on the guys. And yeah, I know some of you are going to say he's got to be at least 104, but no. This gentleman, at the time that this picture was taken, was 78 years old. Once again, probably not a mental image that you had of a 78-year-old man. Okay, so what's my point? This has been a fun activity, but what is the point? And here it is. What you believe defines your reality. So let's take this into the university campus. Here's Kristen. Kristen is a freshman. She comes from a small town in Oklahoma, and she brings some beliefs with her to our campus. She's a first-generation student. She doesn't have a lot of role models for what going to college is, how to be a college student, what it means to be a college student. And she brings with her some quite natural doubts, some trepidation about, is she going to make it? Is she good enough? Is she university material? Well, depending on what her beliefs are, those are some really, really important beliefs because they quite literally define her reality as a college student. in spite of all of the interventions that we might be able to make with Kristen, extra tutoring if she needs it, getting her hooked up in a student learning community maybe on a wing of her dorm, maybe cohorting her into classes with other students in a special program, outside tutoring at the library, extra work with her professors in special study sessions with other students. All of that, all of those interventions is not going to overcome a fundamental belief on the part of a student that, she just can't cut it, or that she's just not college material. So we have a responsibility to do something to assist in this area, and the really good news is there are some very, very effective things we can do.